Okay, today please open up your book to page 825, Chapter 11, Lesson 5, on converting customary units of weight. When we think of weights, we might think of pounds, ounces, and tons. Pounds and ounces is what we would use for weighing you if you're going to go to the doctor. Tons is what you might think of when you think of a car, how much it weighs, or a buffalo, or elephants, we think of in tons. Okay, no human weighs a ton. So today it says weight is a measure of how heavy an object is. Customary units of weight are ounces, pounds, and tons. Again, page 825. This customary units of weight conversion chart is also found on your yellow chapter sheet. You may want that out. Remember, previously we wrote down if we go from larger units to smaller units, we multiply. Smaller units to larger units, we divide. So it says, a newborn lion cub weighs about 5 pounds. How many ounces does the cub weigh? Convert pounds to ounces. Pounds are big, ounces are little. So larger unit to smaller unit, we multiply. Okay, so it says since 1 pound is 16 ounces, we're going to multiply 5 by 16. You can set it up with the bigger number on top. 16 times 5. 6 times 5 is 30. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. If you're not sure about your math facts yet, you may want a multiplication chart out. However, by this time in the year, I'm hoping that those are memorized for you. So, 5 pounds is equal to 80 ounces. A newborn lion cub then weighs 80 ounces. To double check, we would say 80 divided by 5, and we should get the 16 we started with. Okay, so 1 pound is 16 ounces, 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. Those are what we are going to be working with today. Okay, and if we take a look, it says as with units of length, units of weight in the customary system can also be expressed using different units or as fractions and decimals. So here, if we have 56 ounces, we're going to convert to pounds. We know that 1 pound is 16 ounces. So if we would go ounces to pounds, ounces is small, pounds is big, we are going to divide. So 56 divided by 16. My 16 facts aren't on the multiplication chart, so I might just write down the ones that I know. 16 times 1 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. 16 times 3 is 48. 16 times 4 is 64. Okay, and that should get me pretty far. So 56 divided by 16. Well, I can get there with a 3, or close. 3 times 16 is 48. And if I subtract, 6 take away 8 I can't do, so let's regroup. I'm going to have 8 ounces left over, so I have a remainder of 8. I could also say that that's 3 wholes and 8 left of my divisor 16, which is 3 and a half. 8 is half of 16. So the remainder 8 means there are 8 ounces left over. The fraction of a pound is 8/16 or 1/2. So 56 ounces is 3 pounds. 8 ounces or 3.5 pounds, which we could also write as 3 5/10. Okay, let's look here. 3 pounds to ounces, we take 3 times 16. Well, I did that right up here. That would be 48. So 3 times 16 is 48, which is 48 ounces. 2.5 pounds to ounces. Now I take 2.5 times 16. Well, we haven't done much with this, but I know I can write 2.5 as 2.5. Okay, and I can multiply that by 16, or I could take 2 times 16, which I know is 32, and then I could take half of 16, or 1/2 times 16, and that would be 8. And I could add 32 plus 8, and I would get 40. Okay, let's take a look at the next page. 96 ounces to pounds. Well, ounces is little, pounds is big, so I'm going to divide 96 divided by 16. Okay, there's 16 ounces in 1 pound. LB is the abbreviation for pound. It's from the European Libra, which is their way of saying pound. So that's where LB comes from. So this is 1 LB. LB equals pound. Okay, and it's lowercase l, lowercase b. So if I divide, well, let's see here. 16 times 4 got me to a 64. Better keep going. 16 times 5 gets me to an 80. 16 times 6 gets me to 96. That's where I wanted to get to. So 6 pounds. 7 tons to pounds. Well, there are 1,000 pounds in 1 ton, capital T for ton. So I take 1,000 and I multiply it by 7 to get 7,000 pounds. Okay, 1.5 tons. Well, 1 ton is 1,000 pounds. Half of a ton would be half of 1,000, which is 500. So if I add that together, now I have 1,500 pounds is 1 ton. 11,000 pounds to ton. Now I'm going small to big, so I'm going to divide. So I take 11,000 divided by 2,000. Well, how many 2,000s fit into 11,000? Let's count up. 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12,000. I can't get to the 12,000 or the sixth one, so that would be 5. 5 times 2,000 is 10,000. And subtract, and I have 1,000 pounds left. So I have a remainder of 1,000 pounds. Well, 1,000 out of the 2,000 is really half of a ton. So I have 5.5 tons. Okay. If I'm going to go 50 ounces to pounds, well, 16 ounces equals 1 pound. So ounces little, pounds bigger, divide. 50 divided by 16. Let's see here. I could get there 3 times, and that gets me to 48. 3 times 16 is 48. Subtract, regroup. 10 take away 8 is 2. So I have a remainder of 2. So that's 3 pounds, 2 ounces. Okay. If I have 3/4 of a ton, how many pounds is that? Well, oh boy, I messed up here. Oh, you should have stopped me, guys. 2,000 pounds is 1 ton, not 1,000. So I'm sorry, this should be 14,000. Here too. Oh, you guys should have stopped me. 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. So 2,000 plus 1,000. I'm so sorry. 3,000. Oh, goodness. Okay, 3,000 pounds. Sorry about that. Now we're back on the right track. I apologize. Where were we? 3/4 of a ton. Uh-oh, so I have 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. But I'm doing 3/4. Now, we could say 3/4 times 2,000. We've seen problems like this in 180 days. I could say 3 times 2,000 is 6,000 pounds divided by 4, because 2,000 out of 1, 4 times 1 is 4. And I could divide it that way. Okay. I could also say, what's 2,000 divided by 4? Well, that would be 500. And now I have 3 groups of those, so multiply it by 3. And I would get 1,500 or 1,500. I also get that same thing if I divide this, because 4 goes into 6 one time. 4 goes into 25 times. Bring down your 0. Repeat. 0. Multiply. 0. Bring down. Can't be done with the problem until I've brought down every number possible. And I have 0. So I have 1,500 pounds. Okay. Up here, 7,000 pounds is how many tons? Well, 2,000 pounds is 1 ton, and I have to get up to 7,000. So 2,000, 4,000, 6,000, that's 3 tons, and then another 1,000 pounds would be 7,000. So that would be like another half. So 3.5 tons. Now, I want you to try a couple down here we're comparing. So 7,500 pounds or 4 tons. Well, I could take 4 times 2,000 pounds, and I get 8,000 pounds. Which is bigger? The 8,000. Okay, half of a ton or 1,000. Okay, well, if there's 2,000 in 1 ton, half of a ton is 1,000, which means that's equal. What I'd like you to do is I want you to try number 14. What's bigger, 12,000 ounces or 1,200 ounces or 72 pounds? Well, to get from pounds to ounces, big to little, you would multiply. So you'd take 72 times 16. See which is bigger. Okay, I only want you to try number 14 today, and then you can continue with workshop.